Cold Case is back with a brand new episode Sunday on CBS.
Just last week,
let's go!
There were 65.
Oh, Jackson hits again.
By the end of today, only 8 will remain.
Unbelievable! Wow!
Your survival will depend on every decision.
I'm not going to let this happen.
The competition will be fierce.
No! No!
Survive.
Is it airborne?
Sailing in! Oh!
And you join the Elite 8.
Oh, my!
Are you ready to become a legend?
Let me see you!
Good evening, everyone. I'm Greg Gumbel in New York. Welcome to the Road to the Final Four, powered by the Pontiac G8, as CBS Sports continues its exclusive live coverage of the 2008 NCAA Men's Basketball Championship Tournament. By the way, the movie I Am Legend is now available on Blu-ray and DVD. Last night, 4 teams added to their legends by advancing. Tonight, 4 more will do the same, completing the Elite 8 and setting the stage for the regional finals tomorrow and Sunday here on CBS. We begin tonight's doubleheader action with Davidson, the number 10 seed in the Midwest region, taking on number 3 Wisconsin. Then about 17 minutes after that game gets underway, we'll take some of you to Houston for the South Regional Semi between number 3 Stanford and 2nd seed Texas. About 9:40 Eastern, Villanova, a surprising 12 seed that ousted number 5 Clemson in the first round, will challenge Kansas. The Wildcats, led by Darrell Arthur inside, Brandon Rush on the perimeter, are the top seed in the Midwest region. Then the final game of the night, Michigan State, a winner over Pittsburgh in the second round, will challenge Memphis, the 35-1 Tigers, led by freshman Derrick Rose, the number 1 seed in the South. I am joined by my own personal legends, fellow travelers on the road to the Final Four, Clark Kellogg and Sports Illustrated's Steph Davis. Gentlemen.
Glad to be here, but you have overstated things a bit. That guy may be a legend. I'm just one of your partners.
Never mind that.
Okay.
I can live with that, by the way.
Yeah, okay.
Let's talk about Davidson, Wisconsin, Clark.
Well, when you talk about Davidson, you have to start with Stephen Curry. He has been absolutely the most scintillating performer in the tournament to date. This little big man has scored 70 points. 55 of those points have come in the second half. He's knocked down a bunch of threes, a baker's dozen's worth. He's made 13 of them. He'll face the toughest perimeter defense he's seen to date in Wisconsin's perimeter players. Brian Butch, a 7-footer who can bang you inside, but he also has the ability to take his defender away from the goal and knock down 3-point shots.
All right, Seth, the first game of the night in Houston is Stanford, Texas.
Well, obviously, you got to start with the Lopez twins inside for Stanford. Texas doesn't have anybody who can match up with them. Then again, who does? Brooke and Robin were terrific. Brooke, especially in their second-round win over Marquette, scored 30 points, including the game winner. And by the way, he's also 12 for 13 from the line. Robin also doing great in this tournament, 16 points, 6.5 rebounds, 4 blocks per game. And it's really what they give Stanford on the defensive end that could cause Texas the most trouble for night. Texas, on the other hand, is going to need a much better scoring night tonight from DJ Augustine. Hasn't really broken out yet in the tournament, only averaging 9 points a game. He's 6 for 22 overall, was 4 for 14 in the win over Miami. That is not going to cut it tonight. DJ Augustine needs to play well tonight for Texas to win.
All right, the second game of the night is in Detroit, and Villanova is going to take on Kansas.
Well, Villanova is a team that really relies on its backcourt. Scotty Reynolds leads this team defensively and offensively, but the strength of Villanova is also the strength of Kansas. Kansas has the best foursome of two-way perimeter players in the country, and Brandon Rush, Mario Chalmers, Russell Robinson, and Sharon Collins. That strength, defensively especially, I think is going to be too much for Villanova to overcome.
And game 2 in Houston, Seth, is Michigan State and the top seed in the South.
Classic matchup of the night. I think what's going to be key for Memphis is the play of their big fellas inside, especially Joey Dorsey. He's been up and down all year. He needs to be in the game and not in foul trouble tonight. And then I think that Memphis's athleticism and their size on the perimeter with their defense, I think that's going to bother Kalen Lucas and Drew Neitzel. And even though Memphis, I don't expect to have a great foul shooting night tonight, I think their defense and Dorsey inside is going to be enough for them to win and move on to the Elite 8.
All right, guys, we will continue along the road to the Final Four here on CBS after this word from your local station.
All new episodes of Numbers return CBS next Friday.
The spring sales drive is at Tansky Sawmill Toyota with our biggest savings of the year. Lease a new 2009 Corolla, only $199 a month. Get $750 Toyota customer cash off your best deal on any 08 Camry or 2.9% financing. Lease an all-new 08 Highlander or Sienna, only $299 a month. Get 0% financing or $3,000 customer cash on any new 08 Tundra. Don't miss the spring sales drive, only at Tansky.
Big Tansky. Big Tansky.
matter how demanding my workout is, I'm not done until I finish it with EAS Myoplex. Taken within 30 minutes after my workout, the high-quality protein in Myoplex helps me refuel and build lean muscle. That way, I don't waste my workout. Now I'm done. Grab your EAS Myoplex at a leading retailer near you, or for your free sample, go to EAS.com.
So you like driving that thing? It's intense. Expensive to insure? No. Went with Nationwide, saved like $500 bucks. $500? Yeah, it's great coverage. Really? I didn't know Nationwide did that.
Life comes at you fast. With Nationwide, you could save like $500 bucks on your auto insurance. For a quote, call your local agent or 1-877 on your side.
Nationwide is on your side. Huh.
The Great American Ford lineup is here. It's the final days to get an additional $500 auto show bonus on select new cars, trucks, SUVs, and crossovers. Time is running out for $500 bonus cash on Ford F-150. Get 0% financing for up to 60 months plus $500 bonus cash. Get to your Central Ohio Ford dealer today and check out the complete Ford lineup. But hurry, it's the final days to add this $500 auto show bonus. It all ends March 31st at your Central Ohio Ford dealer.
Train for the Commit to Be Fit 5K. Log on for helpful tips today.
At stake tonight, a trip to the regional finals. Those of you expecting to see the start of Stanford against Texas, we will get you to your tip at 7:27 Eastern Time. But coming up now, Davidson and Wisconsin. We'll send you out to Gus Johnson and Len Elmore in Detroit right after this. Enjoy the games, everyone. The madness continues here on CBS.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by Sheraton, AIG, the Cadillac CTS, and by DirecTV.
Let's see. Gossip magazines, dark chocolate, Italian shoes, definitely a Kansas City ribeye, and pulling up to the boys' club in one of these. These are just a few of my favorite things.
I'm a new soul. I came to this strange world hoping I could learn a bit about how to give and take. I'm a young soul in this very strange world hoping I could learn a bit about what is true and fake. La 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 la.
Short hand. Dollar's down again. Oh, it's brutal.
No, it's feeble.
It's dropping like a lead balloon. Tanking. It's anemic.
It's just in free fall.
It's pathetic.
Hey, Big O, what do you got there, fella?
Double cheeseburger from the dollar menu.
Did I say weak? Dollar's looking strong. Dollar's looking good.
Very good.
Hey, Owen, how you fix on fries, buddy?
I'm good on fries. Thanks, Dave.
That's cold, man. Just thought I'd ask.
The McDonald's Beefy Cheesy Double Cheeseburger. Just one of the extravagant choices on the dollar menu.
I'm a survivor living in New York City. If anyone is out there, you are not alone.
I can fix this! I can save everybody! No! No!
I Am Legend. Buy it today on Blu-ray and DVD.
Announcing Southwest Airlines' big sale. Right now, you can fly Southwest Airlines from $49 to $99 to many of our destinations, such as Baltimore, Washington, Chicago, Midway, Denver, Phoenix, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, San Francisco, San Diego, Oakland, Houston, Hong Kong, Dallas.
You are now free to move about the country.
Is it his time? Yes! A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
Michael Jordan. Smart takes the shot. The long way. They won it. On the dot. Oh, my goodness. Puts it up. Dreams to come true. As good as it gets.
The Motor City, downtown Detroit. And welcome to the Midwest, where 10th-seeded Davidson is ready to take on the 3rd-seeded Badgers of Wisconsin. And the bracket here in the Midwest, the winner of this game takes on the winner of our next game as top-seeded Kansas takes on Villanova. So let's take a look at the starting lineup. And we start with Davidson to the left. There's only one guy you need to know about if you haven't seen these Wildcats, Stephen Curry. He had 30 and 40 points in the first 2 rounds. Meanwhile, for Wisconsin, winners of the Big Ten regular season and tournament, Brian Butch is a 5th-year senior. At the bottom of your screen, he leads them in scoring and rebounding, 12 points, 7 boards per game. Tonight's game is being brought to you in high definition by HP. And your officials, let's take a look. Mr. David Hall, Mr. Tom Eads, and Mr. Paul Faya. So we've talked about the star for this Davidson team. His name is Stephen Curry. He is the son of Del Curry, a longtime pro who played collegiately at Virginia Tech. Del Curry was one of the great shooters in pro basketball, and his son can do it as well.
Well, he certainly can. Again, those numbers are not misleading. This young man, once you give him an opportunity to see the basket, he really lights it up. And that's going to be the story today. Wisconsin's Michael Flowers looking to take the bloom off of Stephen Curry.
And here we go. Davidson controlling the tip.
And man-to-man is what Wisconsin opens up in. Again, one of the toughest defenses in the nation, leads the nation in points allowed, fewest points allowed.
Jason Richards missing his first shot. He's their senior point guard, averages 8 assists per game. He and Curry play with the same brain. Richards always knows where the sharpshooter is located on the floor. And a steal. It's Curry in the front court. Inside, Lovedale. Almost traveled, jump hook, and it goes down. And Davidson's on the board.
Davidson definitely needs to look at getting off early, getting their points and not falling behind. They can't take the chance of trying to come back again, particularly down 17 against Georgetown in one of those storybook endings. Against a team like Wisconsin, rugged and patient on both ends of the floor. It's not likely to happen.
Trayvon Hughes, their sophomore guard, rather, from Queens, New York, runs the show. Inside, Landry with the rebound and a foul coming up. And this will go against Lovedale. So Wisconsin coming in with a 31-4 record, 16-2 in Big Ten play this season. They have won 12 games in a row, 15 of 16.
Boy, when you look at both these teams, how hot can you be? 25 of the last 27 games is what Wisconsin has won, and Davidson has won 24 consecutive games.
So there's Bob McKillop, 19th season as the head coach at Davidson. He's won 9 Southern Conference titles. He's appeared in the NCAA tournament 5 times. Second free throw, Landry, and it goes down. And Wisconsin's on the board. Here comes Richards. Foul was called on Lovedale as he picks up his first for Davidson. Curry inside, turnaround jumper. And he misses his first shot.
Kind of off balance on that one. Again, it's all about position on Stephen Curry. You certainly want to challenge the shot, but you don't want to get him in a comfort zone where he can shoot on balance. That time falling away a little bit.
Flowers to Butch. Butch will take 3-point shots. He started the season struggling from downtown, but has gotten better as the season has progressed.
And when you look at Davidson on defense, man-to-man, they're not a bad defensive team either. Only allows 63 points per game.
Lovedale going up high, can't hold on. We'll stay right here. And Lenny, what should we pay attention to early on?
Well, you look at the keys to the game. Obviously, with Davidson, hot Curry, you got to ride the hot man and try to get the ball in his hands. And if you're Wisconsin, you want to get physical, use your size and muscle advantage in the paint, and particularly in defending Stephen Curry.
Landry posting up Lovedale. Lovedale has 1 foul. Here's the bump and grind. Hughes, Flowers shows it. Landry again.
Again, very patient team. They're looking to get the best, most high percentage shot.
And that's Butch. Brian Butch started the season from the 3-point line as Davidson answers. But Brian Butch started the year 3 of 32 from the 3-point line. He's currently 23 of 75, so he's getting confidence in that 3-point shot. And that will definitely work in the favor of the Badgers.
Well, Butch at 6'11", he's got the size to work inside, but a nice touch from beyond the arc. And look at the takeaway right there by Steph and Curry.
Curry on the floor with Butch. And the possession arrow. Will favor Wisconsin. And there's Bo Ryan. And I tell you what, Bo Ryan is a great coach that doesn't get as much credit as he should.
Among the upper echelon of coaches, one of the most underrated in the nation. 556 wins, 77% of the games he's coached, he's won. And he's done it at University of Wisconsin, Milwaukee, and University of Wisconsin, Plattsville, and certainly here at Wisconsin. And you talked about Bo Ryan. This team has won 30 games in the last 2 seasons. Only Carolina, UCLA, Memphis, and Kansas have done that.
Landry off the mark, tracked down by Hughes. He finds Kravinoff on the baseline. Now Hughes penetrating New York style, and he comes up too strong. Those of you expecting to see Stanford and Texas will get you to the tip shortly.
Giving Sanders plenty of room. Thomas Sanders not really a perimeter shooter, and look at Bush playing way off him.
Richards.
Both these teams looking to become very patient right now. Davidson trying to get the ball to Stephen Curry as often as they can. And if they can't, they're going to be left with a little bit of time.
2 to shoot. That one off the mark for Paulus Gosselin. And here come the Badgers.
And that possession was a perfect example, although the mix-up right there turns it over.
Curry gets it again. Will he reload? This time it's Richards. Baseline, Paulus Gosselin, and nicely done. Max Paulus Gosselin, a junior. He's from Quebec. And Davidson takes a 7-5 lead.
And it is so important for Davidson to establish the other guys on their team. Make them threats, take the pressure off of Curry.
Hughes way off the mark there. Shot clock doesn't reset at 17, and Wisconsin turns it over. 15:34 to play in the first half. Davidson hustling. Wildcats lead it by 2.
Hey, bud.
Hey, buddy.
How's it going?
What's up?
We're shaking. Popping. Cracking.
Yeah, buddy.
Brother.
Dude.
What's up?
What's up?
Hey. Bro. Hey.
Daddy.
Darling.
Sweetie. Buddy.
Beautiful.
Buddy.
Now it's easier than ever to stay in touch from your AT&T wireless phone. Introducing unlimited calling to anyone in the U.S. on the network with the best wireless coverage. AT&T. Your world delivered.
And now get an exclusive smartphone for $99.99.
Dude. 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 Dude.
I can't sleep.
Did you have a nightmare?
No, I'm worried about this family's financial future. Does your retirement plan provide predictability of income and protection against market risk? Do you have good supplemental health insurance? What about estate planning, car insurance? Dents are easy to fix, but liability's a nightmare.
Buddy, we're with AIG.
Oh.
The AIG companies, the strength to be there.
Ah, don't get up. I'll tuck myself in.
Sun been down for days, a pretty flower in a vase, a slipper by the fireplace, a cello light.
A 5-star crash test rating and the security of OnStar, because safety should last a lifetime. The all-new Chevy Malibu, built to last, built to love.
Colorectal cancer is highly preventable and treatable through proper screening and early detection.
He's a baseball genius who helped win the World Series.
Bill James is a very, very smart guy.
What are his secrets? Find out on 60 Minutes Sunday.
Survivor Thursday, immunity goes to 2 castaways. And in the most extreme challenge yet, the injuries continue. New Survivor back on CBS Thursday.
Now, there have been a number of players that have carried their team to the national championship over the years. Larry Bird, Danny Manning, Marcus Camby, Dwayne Wade, and Carmelo Anthony. One of those men in attendance as an assistant coach with the Kansas Jayhawks. There he is, 1988, Danny and the Miracles. Larry Brown, the head coach.
I was going to say Danny Manning had one of those storybook NCAA tournaments, as did Carmelo Anthony, in both Kansas and Syracuse, winning the national championships with the hot hand. And Davidson obviously looking to repeat that same effort with Steph and Curry. But right now, they're establishing other guys on their team, trying to take the pressure off of Curry. As you see Michael Flowers at the top of your screen, just shadowing Curry everywhere he goes.
Flowers, one of the best defenders in the Big Ten. Richards off the mark. That's a brick. And Flowers has the rebound.
And Gus, I'll tell you, if I'm Wisconsin, I'm happy that Davidson's trying to establish the other guys. That takes the ball out of Curry's hands. With only 2 double-figure scorers for Davidson, you don't have a lot of guys really accustomed to scoring a lot of points for Davidson.
Flowers off the heel, long rebound, last touch by Davidson. The thing about Curry, though, he's very patient. He has no problems waiting into the second half to get his points. Now, near the end of tonight's game, we'll select a Chevrolet player of the game from each team. To honor their determination and outstanding play, Chevrolet will make a $1,000 contribution to each university's general scholarship fund, Chevy and American Revolution.
I'll tell you, the way he's going to score in the second half, if he doesn't do it here in the first half, is if Wisconsin lets up a little bit defensively. And after watching the Georgetown game, where in the second half it looked like Georgetown lightened up a little bit defensively and gave Curry a little bit of daylight, I doubt seriously if Wisconsin, the way they play defense, will lighten up.
Hughes turns the corner, kicks it out. The reversal, Flowers rises and knocks it down for 3. So Wisconsin taking an 8-7 lead. Richards the other way.
Good example of how Wisconsin plays offense. Everybody touched the ball in that sequence.
Curry knocked out of his hands. He gets it back, squirts out to Lovedale. And he'll pick up a second foul, and that's a problem now for Davidson. As Lovedale picks up his second, mark it the 13:58 mark of the first half.
And another outstanding job of getting the ball out of Curry's hands, and you put it in a guy like Lovedale's hands, who more times than not will be able to score off a screen and roll or off of dump down, off of penetration. And here, having him handle a ball is not exactly what Bob McKillop wants.
So they bring in Boris Menno, a senior from Paris, France. Don't forget, for those of you expecting to see Stanford and Texas, we'll get you out of that game as soon as it starts. Flowers. In the game now, Jason Bohannon. He can shoot it from deep. Number 12, White for Wisconsin. Kravenhoff, 10 to shoot. And a whistle, and this will go against the Badgers. Like an offensive foul on Joe Kravenhoff.
And it goes back to the point I was making before. We extol the virtues of Wisconsin's defense, but Davidson, an underrated defensive team. Bob McKillop obviously scouting well. There's his teams getting some hands on the ball, some deflections, really slowing down an already patient Wisconsin offense.
So Stephen Rossiter is checked in now. A sophomore from Staten Island, New York, 23 red for Davidson. As well as William Archambault, 22 red. Curry, first good look, and hits.
Well, that time, Curry ran Flowers off of 3 different screens before he got wide open, and it's all about the execution for Davidson in the half court. Got to set screens, and Curry has to set up his man to get rubbed off of those screens.
Curry now with 6 points. He averages 27 per game on the season. Flowers pops out, lets it go. Long rebound, tracked down. And Wisconsin gets a new shot clock. They squeeze Trayvon Hughes. He splits it. Nice pass, Landry, and he's fouled. Richards clobbered him, and Landry is down underneath the basket.
Again, Michael Flowers making like a ping pong ball as he comes off the 3rd screen right here. Can't really clear it. And as I said before, all you need is a little bit of daylight. And here, just fighting through the double team. Good ball movement, and the foul on Marcus Landry.
So Marcus Landry going to the line, and Richards picks up the foul, his first. Landry led this team in scoring in Big Ten play at 12 a game as he gets the first one to go. Coming up on AT&T at the half, Greg Gumbel, Clark Kellogg, and Seth Davis will take you out for a live look-in at the Stanford-Texas game, and they will get you caught up on all the latest tournament news, plus an AT&T National Watch update. That's all coming up on AT&T at the half. Game tied at 10. Curry working hard to get open. Flowers guarding him. Archambault puts it on the floor. Rejected. Nicely done as that one swatted out of bounds by Steemsma.
Well, Greg Steemsma is a shot blocker, underrated inside defender, comes over nicely across the lane, picking up help. Take a look once again. Flowers very poised to follow Curry off of some screens. He needs help, though. His teammates have to be able to at least maybe get a chip on Curry to force him a little wide to give Flowers a chance to catch up.
And Richards finally knocks down one from deep. His first field goal of the game. Jason Richards, the senior, averages 13 a game, 8 assists.
And those 8 assists led the nation.
11:56 to play in the first half. And Davidson leads it by 3.
I guess when you have a teammate that averages 26 points a game and you're the point guard, you ain't get a few assists.
That's right. Coming up, more from the Motor City right after this.
We represent the Coke brand. We would like to sue Coca-Cola Zero for taste infringement.
I'm an immigration lawyer.
We feel that your expertise might be able to be a way to think outside the box.
I think, personally, not that speaking outside the box, and I hate that kind of language. I deal with families and things, and I appreciate what you're trying to do.
Now that I think of it, Ron, the head of the Coke Zero team's Canadian. Could we have him deported?
Da, 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 da. People, DirecTV has way more HD channels than we do. What can we possibly say to keep our customers?
Allow me to answer that. We make our channels louder. So they're getting, hello, this is the nightly news. We get,
hello! This is the nightly news!
Our sales are gonna go up 800%. 800, this chart is broken.
Switch today and get the most HD channels anywhere. Call 1-800-DIRECTV.
Now I create my own Capital One credit card.
Set rewards to cash back.
Yes, master.
And a low interest rate. Oh, and I want that photo of me and Astrid. Yes, that's it.
Now hit the switch! It's alive!
No, it's not.
Well, not literally. It's not.
Introducing Capital One Card Lab. Customize your card by choosing your rewards, interest rate, even upload your own image at CapitalOne.com.
What's in your wallet?
It's easy to feel like you're on the same team when you stay at Sheraton. Starwood Preferred guests earn star points regardless of what team they root for, so everybody wins.
Life is high school with money. What are the cool kids wearing? Where are the cool kids living? What are the cool kids driving? And if you were never really into all that, there's only one thing to do. Graduate.
Visit your local Cadillac dealer for this attractive offer.
Delaney back to Scott. Charlie's at the circle, up for the shot, and it's good! And the ball game is over. North Carolina has won 87-85. Charlie Scott pumped it in there for the victory at the last second.
So Davidson losing that game to North Carolina. Bob McKillop wasn't there at that time, but your former coach, Lefty Driesell, was the head coach at Davidson back then.
And the irony of it was that was a shot that probably drove Coach Driesell from Davidson to Maryland, and that game was played in College Park on the Cole Fieldhouse floor.
Ironically, Charlie Scott had verbally committed to Davidson before changing his mind and going to North Carolina. He became the first African-American scholarship athlete at the University of North Carolina. And there's the left-hander.
Yes, you know, I had the great pleasure of making the speech inducting him into the College Basketball Hall of Fame in Kansas City earlier this year. Well deserved by Coach Driesell. And folks don't know how much of an innovator he was when he got to the ACC. So many things like having fans on the floor. You know, he was a marketing genius and a pretty good coach.
That's right. You also said he was a great motivator.
Oh, absolutely. This is a guy that taught me an awful lot about striving for the best, about being the best. And, you know, that's a role that college coaches certainly should play with the young men under their tutelage.
13-10, Davidson. Here's Wisconsin, Bohannon. That's his shot. And we're all tied up.
A good ball movement once again, and we'll be saying that often enough for Wisconsin. Team effort.
And Davidson answering. This time it's Archambault, so both teams starting to warm up a bit. Wisconsin 3 for 8 from the three-point line. Davidson 4 of 7.
And it is so important for Davidson to get other guys to establish themselves as threats. Keep Wisconsin from really over-helping on Steph and Curry.
Bohannon now off the dribble. Left hand up and in. Davidson the other way. Wow. They get up and down. Sander.
When we talk about the size of Wisconsin and the fact that they like to grind it out defensively in the half court, you see a little bit of half court pressure by Davidson, but Davidson does have quickness, and that time you saw guys leaking out and pushing the ball up the floor.
Flowers, Landry. Butch wants the ball in the pivot. They go away from him. Now reaching foul coming up against Davidson.
And not a smart foul by Thomas Sander, usually a pretty reliable, crafty defender. But once you step out the hedge, all you want to do is force that ball handler to level off, to go probably parallel to the sideline. And then you get somebody to step up and help again. I should say parallel to the half-court line, just going east-west instead of north-south.
Bohannon again. Butch deep. And hits. 2 threes for Brian Butch in the first half, and we're tied at 18.
And give Jason Bohannon a lot of credit. He's able to turn the corner, and that's why you want to prevent the ball handler from getting in to the heart of your defense, the ability to kick it out to the open shooters.
Meanwhile, Curry fouled by Flowers. What kind of gum are you chewing, Stephen?
Well, right there, just a little bit of hands on Curry, and when he stumbles, the officials call a foul. But you see the job that Michael Flowers has. Everywhere he turns, there's a screen waiting to get him and freeing up Stephen Curry. And as I said, by the end of the day, Flowers will have bruises where he never thought he could have bruises.
Here's a pick and roll. Richards so great with the basketball. The teardrop off the glass. I tell you what, folks. When you look at Davidson, you have to know they've played killers this season. They lost to Duke by 6. They were up against UCLA by 18 in the first half, ended up losing by 12. They lost to Carolina by 4. They beat Gonzaga, beat Georgetown to get to the Sweet 16. They are not afraid, and they expect to win.
And Bob McKillop told us, you take a look at this shot by Butch.
Knocked out of bounds, and will stay right here.
Well, Bob McKillop told us that playing these teams like Carolina, Duke, UCLA early really helped them understand who they were. And they were a team that would play partial games. They play a good 18 minutes against Carolina, maybe a good 25, 30 minutes against Duke, but they never could seal the deal, play a full 40 minutes, and that's what they worked on And I think it's really helped them win 24 consecutive games up to now. They understand you got to play a full 40.
That's right. Coach McKillop saying we got exposed in November. We found out what we lacked. 40 minutes.
That's right.
Same thing happened last year when they lost to Maryland 82-70. They were up in that game in Buffalo by 8 in the NCAA tournament. Bohannon, rising fire. Hits it again. Jason Bohannon. And folks, Trayvon Hughes, the sophomore dynamic point guard for Wisconsin, has an ankle injury. He will not return in the first half. Curry. He'll be reevaluated at halftime.
They talk about filling the role nicely. Jason Bohannon has come in, created for himself and others.
Batted around. That one's picked up by the Wildcats. Here they come. Richards running the show, along with Paulus Gosselin. Curry deep, rises, and it's young fella with 9 points, all from the three-point line coming into this tournament. Coming into this game, he had hit 13 threes already in the tournament, and he's off to a quick start.
And we said it before, he doesn't need much room. Just a little bit of daylight.
Flowers pushes off and throws it. Raining threes in the Motor City so far. 24-23, Wisconsin. Ball knocked away. Stolen. Bohannon. Richards is back. He'll pull it out. Dump it down. The big fella. Brian Butch.
And it bears repeating, going back to Trayvon Hughes being hurt. Jason Bohannon comes in his place. And Jason Bohannon has had instant impact.
26-23. Curry. He's got all the tricks. That's Dell's kid.
I'm sure Dell's saying that also. That's my boy. But that time, good patience had Brian Butch in his face. And recognizing Butch wasn't going to challenge him, he just rose up.
He has 11 now. Talked to him yesterday. He said, I got my entire game, obviously, from my dad. As Flowers tips inside and banks one in. Flowers now with 8. (28-25). Davidson 10 of 17 from the field. That's 59%. Richards. Around the screen, keeps his dribble alive, almost turned it over. And he calls a timeout. 6:02 to play, first half. Stephen Curry. He can beat you from deep. He also has a mid-range game.
With a fit and finish so exact and body tolerances as tight as 1 millimeter, it turns precision into an art in itself. The all-new Chevy Malibu, built to last, built to love.
You know, I'm not trying to micromanage your finances, but I will tell you that my E-Trade savings account earns 8 times the national average. So, you know, it's funny. You know, I mean, the boys are talking about what to do with all this extra coin. I was like, I'm renting a clown. And a Bobo here. And I really underestimated the creepiness.
Earn 8 times the national average with an E-Trade savings account. There are 1,000 new accounts a day at E-Trade.
To say thanks for making Subway footlongs famous, get any piled high regular footlong for just $5. $5 footlongs. Hurry, a celebration this great won't last long. At Subway.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Greg Gumbel in New York. Here's what's happening in Houston. The Texas Longhorns holding their own from the outside over those twin towers of Stanford. Damian James in the lane, 2 of his 6 points. The Longhorns lead at 10-6, 14.5 to play in the first. Back to Detroit.
Thank you very much, Greg, and a look at the game summary.
Well, so much for defense. Both of these teams shooting well above 50%, and particularly from beyond the arc. Wisconsin at 50%, Davidson higher. And the story, we expect Stephen Curry to put points on the board, but again, filling in for the injured Trayvon Hughes. Jason Bohannon, the 6th man of the year in the Big Ten, has come on and had instant impact. But right there, jump shot by Jason Richards. Davidson doing a nice job, again, of establishing other players and keeping the Wisconsin defense honest.
Jason Richards with 8 points. Game tied at 28. Bohannon.
See, I was wondering when Wisconsin would start understanding that they need to try to make Stephen Curry play defense, which he just did on the steal.
And coming off the bench, knocking down a jump shot is Brian Barr. He's from Maine, and his nickname is the White Lobster. 5:15 to play. First half. Davidson taking a 31-28 lead.
And if they want to slow down Stephen Curry, they need to go to the man he's guarding, make him play defense, try to force him into some foul situations. And, you know, Wisconsin not really going to the guys that Curry's guarding. That's out of their system.
Landry, baseline, Flowers. Loose ball, batted around, picked up by Richards. Curry is guarding defensively, Kravinoff. Now Richards along with Lovedale, who checks back in. He's playing with 2 fouls. Barr, he can really stroke it, folks. Now Lovedale facing, firing, and hitting. 4 points now for Lovedale. Timeout, Wisconsin. Davidson, 33. Wisconsin, 28.
That's what we're talking about. Hi, I'm Chuck's phone. Chuck can't answer right now because Chuck's an idiot. He doesn't have AT&T, so he's got 0 bars in here. But by all means, keep calling about those NCAA Final Four tickets you just won. We'll just keep on shooting tiny hoops with the townies.
Teardrops. It's fun. It's like the weatherman.
For the best coverage, switch to AT&T. More bars in more places.
Look at him. He's everywhere. He's a machine.
And now get an exclusive smartphone for $99.99.
Watch exclusive video of Amen Corner Live, plus 15 and 16 Live, and bonus coverage of the entire field with Masters Extra at cbsports.com/masterslive and masters.org. 4:29 to play first half. 33-28 Davidson, the Cinderella of the tournament, with the lead over Wisconsin. A 10 versus a 3, largest lead of the game now for Davidson. Here's Landry posting, draws a double, picks up his dribble, and he'll have to burn a timeout. That double team coming from nowhere. 4:12 to play. First half. Back to Detroit after this.
Your evil army is complete.
Now, nothing can stop me from building my own Capital One credit card.
Make my rewards double points and a low interest rate. And I want a picture of kittens on it. War kittens?
Just like regular cute kittens, baby cats.
Introducing Capital One Card Lab. Customize your card by choosing your rewards, interest rate, even upload your own image at CapitalOne.com.
What's in your wallet?
So if you're wondering how successful Michael Flowers has been in defending Stephen Curry, you take a look on Flowers' side, guarding Curry as a defender, 5 denials, keeping him from getting the ball on an attempt to get him the ball. And then Stephen Curry has gotten 14 touches. He's taken 7 shots, made 4 of them, total of 11 points. And in the end, I think that it comes down to not just Flowers, but his team trying to help him. But it's been difficult simply because Davidson has distributed the ball nicely. They've established other guys as offensive players and made it hard for Wisconsin to totally deny Stephen Curry.
Bohannon finally misses one. Here's Richards the other way, off the bounce to the cup, blocked. And it's recovered by Brian Butch.
I think right now, again, Flowers with the ball, Curry on him. They've got to find a way to get Flowers offensive opportunities.
And there he is. He knocks down a jumper. As you speak it, it comes out.
That's another way to slow down a hot offensive player, is force him to play D. And look at this. It's like going around the carousel, merry-go-round, with standing on the ball, and Curry just running around trying to find a screen that'll free him.
Barr driving, cut off. Butch there. Now Richards runs a pick and roll with Sander. Lets it go from deep. Landry with the rebound. That's his 5th rebound. 33-31.
Now you got to switch a mismatch inside with Curry trying to front Krabenhoff, and nobody recognized. There you go.
And that should be goaltending. Count the basket.
Butch got hit in the face.
2:43 to play. First half. We're all knotted up at 33.
Welcome to Lowe's. How can I help you today?
Just a sec. Okay.
We need lots of flowers. Well, let's get started.
Welcome back spring at Lowe's with our huge selection of your area's plants and flowers, all with our 1-year plant guarantee. Lowe's, let's build something together.
We have our winner, Miller Lite.
This spring, get 2.9% APR financing on any 2008 midsize H3, plus $1,000 bonus cash toward accessories.
Announcing Southwest Airlines' big sale. Right now, you can fly Southwest Airlines from $49 to $99 to many of our destinations like Baltimore, Chicago, Denver, San Francisco, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, Phoenix, Dallas, San Diego, and more. Go to southwest.com to book now.
You are now free to move about the country.
Shouldn't trust be an investment and insurance product too? Ask your agent or broker what The Hartford can do for you.
Double team.
And the shadow of the day will embrace.
Some cases can get under your skin, but you can't let it make you feel bad.
And the sun will set for you.
They say it's impossible for an underdog to go the distance. Then again, they said it's impossible to get real Coke taste and 0 calories. Log on to mycokerewards.com and get lots of great NCAA gear. We've had 7 ties and 8 lead changes in this game, currently tied at 33. Wisconsin 11 of 22 from the field, 50%. And Davidson, 13 of 22 from the field, 59%. And as you mentioned during the break when we were talking, Stephen Curry has to make a decision.
Well, he certainly does, particularly on the defensive end. If Wisconsin were to go at the man he's guarding, he's got to decide whether he wants to take the chance to try to defend or pick up fouls. And right now, going at him has had some impact, although you saw him score right there. He's not just a jump shooter. The young man's a terrific basketball player. He's not afraid to go inside and take it to the basket as well. A lot of switching going on. And once again, Curry switched out on Kravenhoff. Kravenhoff needs to post him up.
Now Flowers circling, 10 to shoot. Here's a pick and roll with Butch. Remember, Butch can pop and fire. Flowers, Butch again, lets it go. Can't get the bounce, batted out, scooped up by Butch. And Wisconsin with the new, make that Kravenhoff, excuse me. And Wisconsin with the new shot clock.
Give credit to Landry with the tip out.
Flowers hard to the bucket. Bounce pass, Kravenhoff reverse.
And again, Flowers going hard at Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry's got to decide whether he wants to cut him off.
And Barr rattles another three. The White Lobster makes it a 36-35 game. Look at those cheeks.
Davidson doing a great job of pushing it after a make. Again, trying to utilize their quickness.
Butch again. Short again. Here come the Wildcats. Richards. They're looking for Curry. He's roaming the baseline.
Look at Davidson. They'll push it up after a make, and they don't have numbers. They'll come down and be very patient in a half court, much the same as Wisconsin likes to do.
Curry around the screen, receives. Now Kravenhoff guarding him. He can take him off the dribble, but lets it go anyway.
Kravenhoff at 6'7", again, able to challenge Curry's shot, but he didn't miss that one by much. And again, it's a young shooter that has terrific form.
Curry,
he gets it off.
He's 4 of 9 from the field, 3 of 5 from the three-point line.
Once he gets it off, with that kind of form, that kind of arc, chances are good it's going to go.
About a 4-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Bohannon has had the touch from deep. He turns inside. Butch, 1 to shoot, and he's fouled on the way up. 4 seconds remaining, first half.
I'm a little nervous about retirement.
I wish things were a little more stable, especially now.
I want retirement to be easier.
I wish I had more of a guarantee.
At Bank of America, we can offer some certainty in an uncertain world. Open a CD IRA at a banking center near you or online at bankofamerica.com/IRA and start saving for retirement now.
Are these all?
Saturn, you got it. Happens a lot lately.
People do that.
It's the Meet the New Saturn event, where you'll find the newest lineup of cars in the industry. Get 2.9 for 60 months, plus $1,000 purchase cash on the Aura, View, and Sky, only through March 31st.
Taste Papa John's perfect pan pizza and experience Pandemonium. A large pan crust, deep enough to pile on the toppings, and zesty Robusto sauce. One taste and you'll be a pan fan. Get a large 3-topping pan pizza, only $12.99. It's better than ever. And shoot for 3. Buy 2 20-ounce Cokes online and get a free Coke Zero. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. The official delivery pizza of NCAA March Madness. Pandemonium. Taste it.
Here's to the light beer that wins award after award, year after year. The original and still the greatest, Miller Lite. Good call.
When you're inside, cooped up in the wintertime, soon as it gets warm, we're out there. I put down Scott's Turf Builder with Halts. It feeds our lawn, and it stops the crabgrass. I'm the very first to have a green lawn after the winter. Look at it. That's our Scott's lawn.
You're never going to fit in there.
Yes, I will.
No, you're not going to. Let's go. Maybe you're right.
1995. Down 1 to Missouri with seconds to play, UCLA was staring defeat straight in the eye. But the smallest man on the court made the game's most gargantuan shot as Tyus Edney lifted a game-clinching buzzer beater over a towering 6'8" defender. A play that common sense said there was no way he could make. Let's bring it home, Steve.
Never back down. Demand real Coca-Cola taste and 0 calories.
And last night, the Stars came out to play, and B.J. Raymond for the X-Men. Big shots in overtime. Tyler Hansbrough, tough time in the first half against Washington State, but came through. Kevin Love, dominant performance against Western Kentucky. And Earl Clark, a double-double against Tennessee, as Louisville just dominated a team that a lot of folks thought would be able to make it at least to that regional final, Tennessee. But Louisville just playing absolutely terrific basketball.
Davidson up by a point. Ryan Butch at the line, misses the first free throw. Butch on the season, a 65% free throw shooter. 8 points in the first half thus far. And we're tied. 4 seconds remaining in the first half. Here comes a sub as Steemsma comes in and replaces Butch. So Rossiter, the inbounder. He finds Richards quickly into the front court. With time, 2 to go. It's up and off the top of the backboard. And at the end of the first half, we're tied at 36. We'll send you to Greg Gumbel in New York with AT&T at the half. After this message and a word from your local station, you're watching CBS Sports, home of the men's NCAA basketball championship.
March isn't the only month for madness.
When it happens, I'm 100% there.
State Farm, proud partner of the NCAA basketball tournament.
Ball, please. Thousands of athletes compete on hundreds of campuses all year long, and there's only one place dedicated to them all. College Sports Tonight, only on CBS College Sports.
Heavyweight champion Joe Frazier never pulled any punches, but can he knock you out with his R&B singing? Secret Talents of the Stars premieres CBS Tuesday, April 8th.
Cold Case is back with a brand new episode Sunday on CBS.
Come on, baby, tell me what's the word.
Now is the time. Here is the place. And this is the deal. For a limited time, qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 60 months on all full-size Chevy trucks. That's 0% APR on Chevy Silverado, Avalanche, Suburban, and Tahoe. Offer ends March 31st. See your Central Ohio Chevy dealers or log on to visitchevy.com today.
Yep, 5 cities in 3 days. It's the March Tour. Yeah.
That smells good.
I know.
Here's to the middle seat.
And here's to McDonald's Breakfast Dollar Menu, where our egg biscuit joins the sausage McMuffin, hash browns, and breakfast burrito, all for just $1 each.
The Great American Ford lineup is here. It's the final days to get an additional $500 auto show bonus on select new cars, trucks, SUVs, and crossovers. Time is running out for $500 bonus cash on Ford F-150. Get 0% financing for up to 60 months plus $500 bonus cash. Get to your Central Ohio Ford dealer today and check out the complete Ford lineup. But hurry, it's the final days to add this $500 auto show bonus. It all ends March 31st at your Central Ohio Ford dealer.
CBS Sports presents AT&T at the half. Your world delivered.
And welcome once again to our studios here in New York, everyone, for AT&T at the half. I'm Greg Gumbel. A heck of a half in Detroit, where Davidson and Wisconsin are tied at 36 at the break. Meanwhile, in Houston, Stanford and Texas, the Longhorns lead at 23-16, 7:52 to play in the first half. Let's take you there live. Jim Nantz and Billy Packer.
All right, well, we come out of a break here in Houston with the Longhorns leading it by 7. They had a lead as large as 9. And Stanford just woeful shooting so far, 27%.
Finger back into the ball game, did a nice job when he first got in there.
Brook Lopez's pass deflected over to Washington. Back to Mitch Johnson. Goods from the top of the key with a 3. No. Again, the Cardinal just can't find it so far.
Well, Chapman, actually, and James in there. Pretty big back line now, about as big as Texas can become. And with this lead, they're wanting to play on that defensive end.
Lying on the floor, and it stays with Texas. That was Chapman down low, battling for it.
Notice Abrams out of the game. They go back to man-to-man. Goods on Augustine, who comes back out for the ball.
And Finger makes the steal. That's off his knee, though.
He wanted a foul. Maybe he should have had it. Good move by Texas. Get the ball out of Mason's hands back to Augustine. Augustine running without the ball. Goods chasing him around. And Jim, like, you feel like the crowd is not even here. You know what? They're so far away from the court that although I thought Texas would have a big home crowd advantage, you don't feel that.
And there's a steal by Johnson. Kicks it back out. Goods.
Lopez wide open to the foul line. He finally gets it.
Lopez puts up the shot. And dead ball off the back of the rim drops. He's got now 11. James driving through. Tipped up, no. Twice, yes.
Chapman. Big lineup on the floor, as I said, for Texas, and they're taking advantage of it.
6'10" freshman out of Oregon. Making some plays for Texas.
Stanford really has not gotten into this game offensively at all with any kind of flow. Haven't hit anything from the outside. There's a turnover again.
No, they are totally out of sync and out of rhythm.
They really are.
Well, here you see it. Look at the field goal shooting here for Stanford. 6 of 22.
6 of 22, and you see no plan as to what they're going to do on the perimeter with shooting. Johnson's penetrating with the ball, looking to get it inside. The Lopez brothers back now in a twosome, and they're back into the same zone they started at the beginning of the game. 2-3 zone with Johnson on the back line. Good screen.
Mason gave it up at the end. Abrams. Follow up, Mason, no.
Fouled from behind by Washington. Jim, isn't it amazing how Abrams plays and flirts with the out-of-bounds line constantly when he sets himself up down in the far corner? He's about 6 inches away with that back foot from being out of bounds and always seems to know where he is.
He loves that look from the corner, but
really
he's
does.
missed it. 3 out of 3 so far tonight was taking the shot from that point.
But you know, a guy that holds the Texas record for threes, got 277 on his career.
That's Kenny Brown coming in for Stanford. That last foul was on Washington, his second.
You can see Trent Johnson trying to do anything. Kenny Brown, 4 or 5 threes against Cornell for 18 points. Maybe he can get something started from the outside.
Yeah, they haven't made a 3 in this game so far. Nope. They're 0 for 5 from outside the arc. Lawrence Hill gives it back over to Mitch Johnson. Coming off the game of his career last week, but he's turned it over 3 times in this one already.
And there's that Texas zone trying to do whatever they can to make it tough to get that ball inside the Lopez brothers.
Oh, Hill able to adjust in flight. Tough shot, and it goes. Now Augustine wanting to challenge and gets underneath. Somehow scores over the trees.
Goes right by Johnson, and Lopez doesn't block that shot.
Down to Robin Lopez. That shot off the rim. His brothers put back, no. Back to Robin, yes.
Jim, that's what I was talking about, volleyball. Just get that ball inside, let the 2 brothers go after it.
28-22 lead for Texas.
That should be their offense. Now, how do they stop Texas? That's another story. Texas quickness getting about whatever they want on the offensive end of the floor.
Now they get it back down low. Lopez's shot again off the back of the rim.
interesting how much Mason has had the ball in his hands, and Augustine and Abrams just running without the ball down on the baseline.
Augustine here. Again, some brilliant footwork. Gives it up, Ashley. And yes, the basket will count. It'll head to the line. That's 6 points now for Ashley. Amazing watching Augustine penetrate, Billy.
He reminds me a lot of Chris Paul.
Take. He's got it. Yes! Hey, let's order a pizza. Make it a thin crust. You got it.
Hello?
Yeah, we'd like a large thin crust pizza.
Ralph?
Exactly. And you know what? Make it the way I like it. Loaded with mozzarella and toppings.
You know I hate when you do this.
Wonderful. And another thing, make it snappy because we're starving, right, boys?
Ralph.
Chop, chop.
For fresh baked pizza today, it's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
Hey, great pizza, Ralph. Who delivered?
That'd be me.
The all-new Sequoia. It's anything but ordinary.
When you're inside, cooped up in the wintertime, soon as it gets warm, we're out there. I put down Scott's Turf Builder with Halts. It feeds our lawn, and it stops the crabgrass. I'm the very first to have a green lawn after the winter. Look at it. That's our Scott's lawn.
It's Outback's 20th bloomin' birthday. Our present to you, our new sirloin shrimp and scallops mixed grill, or our signature Outback special sirloin. Hurry in for our new birthday specials. Don't miss the celebration.
There are 380,000 NCAA student athletes. And most of us will go pro in something other than sports. In something other than sports. To learn more, go to ncaa.org.
It's time for our Naismith Watch, presented by AT&T. Chris Douglas-Roberts led Memphis in scoring, averaging more than 17 points per game. The Conference USA Player of the Year hit 55% of his shots from the floor, and he led the Tigers on defense with 42 steals. Now you can be a part of college basketball history. Text the word VOTE to 87654 to vote for the winner of the 2008 Naismith Trophy. The fans' vote counts for 25% of the total.
Ben Allen has UCLA within one win of a third straight Final Four. And Louisville advancing to the Elite Eight. Look at Rick Pitino's record now in his career in the regional semifinals.
Not bad, 8-0.
That was not a bad compliment you made for DJ Augustine going to break.
Well, he reminds me a lot of Chris Paul. He has that ability to, under control, be going full speed, making everything look like slow motion. That shot that he made over Lopez on the inside, that really takes incredible talent for a man that small, going full speed, realizing there's going to be just enough room to get that shot off. That's the reason why he's a first-team All-American.
No question. That completes the three-point play after the foul on Kenny Brown going to the break. And Texas has matched its largest lead of 9.
Here's a 2-1-2. About a half-court trap. It's designed maybe if something comes up to take it off, but not to really put that much pressure on.
And Lopez followed up by Brook.
Jim, that's all Stanford has to do. Throw the ball into one
down low.
Yeah, throw the ball into one Lopez.
And let the other one crash the boards just in case.
I mean, it does not have to be a complicated game.
Got no outside game working here tonight. Their guards have not scored. Their guards are a combined 0 for 8. As Mason has it rejected, but follow-up, yes.
Chapman, that's a fine job he's doing coming in off that bench.
Well, that's some unexpected production now for Chapman with 4 points. Average is only a point a game.
His high this year is 7 against Texas State.
And nice little jump hook by Robin Lopez for Stanford.
Well, until Texas can prove they can stop it, Stanford doing the wise thing, taking that ball down inside.
DJ Augustine with the 3. He now has 10.
And he's doing it so easily. Not being played very tough outside, gives him room to make the passes or take the jump shot.
Hill from the corner. And that's the first 3 of the night for Stanford. Lawrence Hill, the junior from Glendale, Arizona.
Augustine tries to pick up the cheap foul on Lopez. The referees just laugh.
Now Mason fires 1. Yes, another 3. And a timeout called by Texas. Texas by 10.
Okay, people, time to rock and roll. Your stocks are up, your stocks are down. We have 5 emails. The first one is from Alexandra.
Rise and shine, short one. Kung Fu today.
Thanks, Sven.
Okay, just to recap our schedules.
List called.
Thanks, Sven. Forecast is cold today, so bundle up. Let's move it along. Let's rock and roll.
If you can't get a Sven, get one of these exclusive AT&T smartphones. Now on sale for $99.99. Offer ends March 31st. Only from AT&T.
Jim Nance and Billy Packer here in Houston. Where later tonight, Memphis, the top seed in the South, will be taking on Michigan State.
Jimmy, to put something in perspective here, you look at this magnificent arena here. Stanford played and won the championship in 1942. They played 5 nights. The total gross was $23,500. The expenses were $22,000. The NCAA got $750, and Stanford took home $93.75. Far cry from what we're doing here.
Texas comes up with the steal.
Oh, great play.
Augustine hurdles past Hill. Abrams on the wing. The 3, short.
Maybe a little over anxious there to take that 3. Abrams is really annoyed with himself. He had plenty of time to get that release off.
Reach in.
So it's Texas by 10 as they duck under 2 minutes to play for the first half. We thank you for joining us for AT&T at the half. We'll get you back to the second half in Detroit right after this.
CBS Sports presents AT&T at the half. Your world delivered.
At TIAA Cref, we provide financial solutions for those who serve the greater good. We offer personalized objective advice, a commitment to consistent growth, low fees, and guaranteed income for life. Put our retirement expertise to work for you. Call today. TIAA Cref, financial services for the greater good.
Fall in love with melty cheese. Taco Bell's cheesy beefy melt. Seasoned beef, cool sour cream, and melty, and even more glorious melty cheese. Get yours before it's gone.
Enterprise is picking us up. Sounds expensive.
Pickup's free, Mom.
This car for the weekend looks expensive.
It's 50% off, Mom.
You ought to rent me a car every weekend.
Mom.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Commitment creates champions. Dedication, perseverance, and teamwork are hallmarks of those who achieve. The NCAA is proud to say thank you to our corporate champions and partners who recognize the important role of athletics and education. By supporting them, you help us create America's champions for tomorrow.
Tiger is playing at a level unknown to mere mortals. Now he is primed to take home his 5th green jacket and begin his quest for the perfect season at the year's first major. A tradition unlike any other, the Masters on CBS.
Game tied at 36 at halftime. CBS Sports coverage of the 2008 NCAA basketball tournament will continue after this message and a word from your local station.
It wasn't that the H's felt unappreciated.
In financial news, declarement of a major housing lender has...
That's not why they left their homes. Skipped out on dictionaries, alphabets, and headlines. They simply found a better place to live. The power of H. The Lexus Hybrids.
CSI New York is back with a brand new episode Wednesday, only on CBS.
Visit your local Audi dealer to experience the power of Quattro.
The Great American Ford lineup is here. It's the final days to get an additional $500 auto show bonus on select new cars, trucks, SUVs, and crossovers. Time is running out for $500 bonus. Lease a Fusion with Sync for $239 a month. Or Focus for $209 a month with zero do-it signing. Get to your Central Ohio Ford dealer today and check out the complete Ford lineup. But hurry, it's the final days to add this $500 auto show bonus. It all ends March 31st at your Central Ohio Ford dealer.
Electronic stability control is standard, and the Sonata gets up to 28 miles per gallon. Plus, right now, you can get $3,000 cash back.
What do you mean,
Adam Smith? Best-selling author of The Money Game?
Take the money you save and buy an insured CD.
Yeah.
Get $500 auto show bonus cash plus $3,000 cash back or 0% financing at Hatfield Hyundai, Reichert Hyundai, Nelson Hyundai, Dennis Hyundai of Easton, or Dennis Hyundai of Dublin.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by Lexus, DiGiorno, New Balance, and by Bud Light.
Welcome back. Our score at halftime, Davidson at 10, 36, Wisconsin 36. Gus Johnson along with Len Elmore as advertised. Stephen Curry, a terrific basketball player.
Well, he certainly is. Davidson's done a terrific job of establishing its offense, and it all begins with Stephen Curry, who all he needs is a little bit of daylight, even hit challenge shots. But Michael Flowers doing a terrific job on his own. Again, running around a number of screens, getting hands on the ball, and really bothering Curry for the most part.
Here is the in-game box by CBS College Sports Network, the 24-hour college sports channel from CBS Sports.
Well, against one of the nation's top defenses, Davidson just shooting lights out, 54%. And obviously, it's not just Stephen Curry. Davidson has established other players as well. And for Wisconsin, Michael Flowers doing a pretty good job himself offensively. And I think, again, it really comes down to making Davidson play a little more defense. A couple of quick shots by Wisconsin has kind of hurt them.
So the big story for Wisconsin in that first half, Trayvon Hughes injured his foot. We initially thought it was an ankle, but it turns out to be a foot. He will not start the second half, but he will be available.
And you talk about a key development. Obviously, Hughes, if he's not available to come back, puts a lot of pressure on the rotation for Bo Ryan. If Flowers gets in foul trouble, it really gets into the depth of the Wisconsin guards.
So Hughes in that first half playing only 8 minutes. 0 for 3 from the field. No points. Start of the second half. Davidson, the Cinderella of the tournament. A 10. Here's Curry straight away. Taking on the Wisconsin Badgers, a number 3 seed. Our score tied at 36 at halftime. Stephen Curry with a big first half for Davidson. He averages 26 a game. He has 11 points on 4 of 9 shooting, 3 of 5 from the three-point line. He's the big story for Davidson. Meanwhile, for Wisconsin, they're playing without their star point guard, Trayvon Hughes, who was limited to only 8 minutes of action in the first half, 0 for 3 from the field. No points, no assists. He has an injured foot, but he will be available here in the second half.
Officials looking at a replay, trying to see if the ball hit the rim. It appears that it did. just barely. But in that first half, Gus, both teams playing to their strengths. Davidson with their quickness, 5 Wisconsin turnovers. Davidson getting 10 points off of those turnovers, including 11 fast break points. And Wisconsin with their size advantage inside, 8 offensive rebounds, 15 second chance points.
And in that first half, we had 8 ties and 10 lead changes. The officials, David Hall, Tom Eads, and Paul Faya.
And the officials determining that the ball did hit the rim have reset the shot clock. The shot clock on the right side of your screen. Ball hits the rim. Now it should reset to 35. Now the officials are figuring, okay, once they've established that it should reset, how much time lapsed before they recognized it? It looks like only 2 seconds, so 33 seconds on the shot clock.
So here come the Wildcats from Davidson. They have won a school record 24 in a row, the longest winning streak in the country. They advanced to the Sweet 16 by defeating Gonzaga in the first round and Georgetown in the second.
So much for the playing on a football stadium floor and the depth perception problems, because Davidson shooting lights out, 54%. You see the steal there away from Stephen Curry.
As the 3rd turnover for Davidson this evening. So here comes Wisconsin, 31-4. They won the Big East regular season and tournament title. 16-2 in conference play. Butch, their leading scorer and rebounder, turns it over. Lead pass, Lovedale, the Nigerian, and he is fouled going to the basket. So the winner of this basketball game will take on the winner of our next game between Kansas and Villanova. Kansas, the top seed in the Midwest. Villanova out of the Big East Conference. They feature a very special player in Scotty Reynolds, their star guard.
The last turnover by Wisconsin was out of the effort to try to get the ball inside to Marcus Landry. And I think Wisconsin, again, looking to try to establish themselves inside, utilizing their size advantage.
Here's Curry on the baseline, fired. Off the mark, rebounded by Butch. So Curry 4 for 11 from the field. Butch fires.
Again, a quick shot, not establishing themselves, and that quick shot turns into a fast break.
Sander. And he will go to the line and shoot 1.
Instead of establishing inside, the quick shot by Butch turns into a fast break situation, and Butch, because he's outside on the perimeter, has to be that last line of defense. He creates the foul. And might have been a good foul, make Thomas Sander earn it. Only 53% from the free throw line. But again, instead of looking inside, playing the normally patient Wisconsin type of offense, quick shots have gotten the Badgers in some trouble.
Now look at that offensive rebound by Paulus Gosselin. Curry fires and knocks one down. Stephen Curry with 13 points. Davidson takes a 40-36 lead, and that'll set up the half-court press. So here's Flower. And in the game now, Steemsma, number 34, with it, lobs it to Landry. He can't hold on. Here's Curry. Richards. Curry spots up, lets it fly.
Well, that was quick even by Curry's standards.
And Minnow comes up with the rebound.
And something's got to give between one of the best perimeter defenders and one of the best scorers in the nation. And Michael Flowers trying to do his best against Stephen Curry. 21 touches by Curry, 12 field goal attempts. But Flowers doing an admirable job.
So here comes Trayvon Hughes. He's playing with that tender foot. We haven't been told which foot it is. I believe it's the right foot. Inside, Curry, circus shot, no.
And that was physical defense right there by Joe Krabenhoff with the bump. And that's the one thing with Stephen Curry when you watch him. If he takes a little bit of a bump, he's going to fall off balance. He's got a way to square his shoulders and still get off a good shot.
Curry 5 of 13 inside, and this is a foul coming up as Steemsma attacked the basket and draws contact.
And I tell you what, Gus, one of the things that you can see right now, the strategy of Davidson is to make Wisconsin earn everything. You take a look at Butch, just shed the defender. And they're going to foul guys going to the basket, not allow them to get easy ones, make them earn it on the free throw line.
So Steph Curry picks up his first foul, and that sends Greg Steamsman to the line. Senior from Randolph, Wisconsin, as he hits the first one. Don't forget, coming up Sunday at 9, 8 Central, a new episode of Cold Case. 40-38. And here comes Richards into the front court, runs a pick and roll. Backdoor, nice play, and a foul as Paulus Goslin beat his man to the basket and will go to the line.
You got to marvel at the movement without the ball by Davidson. Again, getting guys open and pushing it up the floor, not allowing the Wisconsin defense to get set. Look at number 14 right there. Just a quick, not even a backdoor cut, kind of a curl. Gets in front of his man and gets an opportunity to basket.
So Max Paulus Goslin, the junior from Quebec, is the defensive stopper on this team. They call him the Pest, and he hit 2 huge shots on the baseline against Gonzaga. And that second free throw going down. Here comes a sub. Lovedale comes into the game, and he replaces Thomas Sander. 42-38. Bohannon picked up the foul, his second. Now that sets up the press for Davidson. What are they trying to get out of this against Wisconsin?
Well, Davidson wants to speed the game up, recognizing that Wisconsin has turned the ball over more times than you would expect, and they've gotten points off those turnovers.
Wisconsin has turned it over 7 times. They turn it over 12.2 times per game on the season. Here's a pick and roll. Flowers lets it go from deep. That one rims up. And Minnow with a tough rebound and a reach-in foul coming up on Kravenhoff.
And again, very uncharacteristic of Wisconsin, fouling the rebound, and once he gets possession, see the shot again, not even exploring inside, not trying to go inside out, but a straight shot from beyond the arc, and there trying to tie up the rebounder, which at this point in the game is really not necessary. You get back and play defense if you Joe Kravenhoff instead of wasting a foul.
Well, folks, keep your eye on this stat. Wisconsin with 16:54 to play in the second half, already with 5 team fouls. Davidson as a team, 72%. Lovedale from Richards, who put that one on a dime. 44-38. Largest lead of the game for Davidson. Here comes Flower. Hughes. Flowers again. 9 to shoot. To the basket.
That's much too much handle.
Throws it out of bounds. 8 turnovers now for the Badgers.
Last basket, again, movement without the ball. You got so much stuff going on the right side. Richards draws the defenders, and obviously a wide open man as he's able to find him. 8 assists on the year.
Yes, and he has 7 right now.
And the leading assist man in the nation. And it's really the ball movement, getting Curry occupied, getting the defenses focused on him that creates the opportunity.
15:57 to play, second half. Back to Detroit after this.
Bud Light is brewed to give you everything you want in a beer. Never-ending refreshment, superior drinkability, and now, X-ray vision.
Hey, Dad, we gotta cut it down. We gotta knock it off. You guys can up my butt.
X-ray vision no longer available in Bud Light.
Let's go somewhere else.
The endless refreshment, however, remains.
Bud Light keeps it coming.
Disciplined investing. It's not about following the crowd. At T. Rowe Price, our independent research means we're not deceived by every market ripple, and we don't chase every fad. For each 3, 5, and 10-year period, over 70% of our mutual funds beat their Lipper average. Low-cost mutual funds from T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence. Request a complete prospectus or profile with investment objectives, risks, fees, expenses, and other information to read and consider carefully before investing.
It wasn't that the H's felt unappreciated. That's not why they left their homes. Skipped out on dictionaries, alphabets, and headlines. They simply found a better place to live. The power of H. The Lexus Hybrids.
You are in a relationship with running. A love-hate relationship. Running kicks you out of a warm, cozy bed and into a cold, hard world. Running calls you at all hours of the night. Running gets you up at the crack of dawn and keeps you at practice long after play has left the building. Every day with running is a question of your commitment, and running's not afraid to ask. Yes, my friend, it is a complex and torrid affair. It is a constant balance. A balance between joy and pain, work and play. A balance between love and hate. Everything we do is geared towards tipping the balance. This is the New Balance.
NCAA March Madness Central, powered by the first ever Pontiac G8, is your home for live look-ins, in-game highlights, and more throughout the tournament. Check it out only on the CBS College Sports Network.
Well, one of the keys for Davidson was to be able to establish other guys besides Stephen Curry. And you take a look, Bryant Barr, Jason Richards, all chipping in to support Stephen Curry. And for Davidson, 7 of the 9 guys in their rotation have scored. That puts a lot of pressure on the Wisconsin defense because you cannot load up on Stephen Curry if other guys are capable of putting the ball in the basket.
So Curry at the line, 13 points tonight, 5 of 14 from the field, 3 of 7 from the three-point line. And that is his first free throw attempt of the evening. Points off turnovers, very interesting stat. Wisconsin throwing it away today. 8 turnovers for the Badgers. And that sets up the pressure.
And that's why Davidson persists in the pressure, knowing that Wisconsin right now, turnover prone. Got Jason Bohannon, even though he's 6th man of the year in the Big Ten. Again, he's not Trayvon Hughes. And they're looking to try to really put pressure on the Wisconsin guards.
Now Flowers along with Landry, Krabbenhoff, Steemsma, and Bohannon. 9 to shoot as Bohannon sets it up, guarded by Curry, reaching. Here's the screen, Bohannon curling to the basket, and he'll go to the line.
And that's what Wisconsin has to do. Instead of settling for jump shots, they've got the size, they've got the ability to put the ball on the floor. They've got to put pressure on the Davidson D. And you take a look, to try for the steal right there. The lane to go to the hole, and Bohannon takes the contact. You got to attack if you're Wisconsin.
So Minnow picks up the foul, and Jason Bohannon, the sophomore from Marion, Iowa. He comes from a athletic family. His dad, Gordy, was the quarterback on the 1981 Iowa Rose Bowl team. And according to his coaches, in order for this Wisconsin team to play well, he's got to hit threes, and he's doing other things to really improve his game, meaning sliding his feet on defense as well. So he has really improved this season.
Well, he's certainly given Wisconsin a lift. And he's the last guy you want on the free throw line, shooting about 96%, leading the Big Ten in free throw percentage.
And the foul on the made free throw will go against Greg Steemsma as he shot an elbow, I believe, to Curry. And that is team foul number 6. Let's take another look at what happened at the free throw line.
Take a look, Steemsma right there in the front. He's got that forearm.
Actually gave that forearm to Archambault. Archambault now at the free throw line. And Steemsma will go to the bench, replaced by Butch. He leaves after picking up his 2nd foul.
I like the way Flowers went over there and told Steemsma probably just stay tough.
7 fouls now called against Wisconsin. Davidson shooting 1 and 1 as Archambault misses the front end. We have 15-17 to play in the 2nd half. Now Landry kicking, Flowers, extra pass, Krabbenhoff. 10 to shoot. Krabbenov. He rattles it home for 3.
Excellent ball movement. Exploration inside, but still inside out off the bounce.
Krabbenov with 7. Now Richards. So crafty with the ball. Great vision. Curry. Off the window. High and in.
I'll tell you what, though. Brian Butch switched out on Curry. His hands, instead of extending himself, his hands are going to Curry's chest instead of above, trying to get in his face. And Curry, that's all the daylight he needs. Take a look at Brian Butch's defense. You'll see Curry run off some screens. Butch will ultimately be the one that faces him. Look where his hands go. They go to his chest and not his face.
Meanwhile, the second foul called on Richards. 48 to 43, Davidson. Flowers. Butch wants it inside. They miss him. And a whistle away from the ball.
I think the foul is on Thomas Sander again. Trying to play physical play down low defensively. Second foul on Sander, but that's what happens when you start looking inside. You start isolating that defender, and if he's pushing and holding, the officials are going to look at him. Too often, Wisconsin is taking a quick look and going away from and not giving the officials a chance to focus in on what the defenders are doing to keep the ball from going inside. See, there's the look right there, and officials make the call.
So Sander will pick up his 3rd foul, just like that. 14:05 to play. Sunday on 60 Minutes, a baseball genius who helped win the World Series. What are his secrets? Find out Sunday on 60 Minutes. Davidson is led by as many as 8. Wisconsin by as many as 3. Landry posting. Draws a double, dribbles out of it. He's bumped by Lovedale, and he'll pick up his 3rd.
Now, Gus, 3 times in a row now, Wisconsin has taken the patience to look inside and then move guys away from the postman and allowing him probably to go one-on-one. Take a look at Bo Ryan right there, recognizing that he absolutely needs to start getting the ball inside, putting pressure on the Davidson defense.
Landry now to the basket. Turnaround jumper. Got it.
I think this is what Wisconsin would call Badger basketball.
That's right. Let's pound you into submission. Get you in foul trouble. Landry with 6. Curry lets it go again. And,
I told you, just a little bit of daylight, just a sliver.
That's all he needs. Just like his old man. 51-45. Curry has 20.
Better get a hand in his face and draw the shades.
Now Butch posting. Krabbenov. Strip picked up. Richards, he's got Curry on the wing. He's going to spot up. There he goes. Oh, he lets it fly again. Rips it. Folks, we got a star in the Motor City. 54-45. Davidson with its largest lead of the game. Timeout, Wisconsin. The young fella rising and hitting.
Remember how you felt about cars as a kid? We do. Introducing the first ever Pontiac G8 GT. The most powerful car under 30 grand.
From fresh tomatoes to potatoes and chicken to beef. We're as picky about our quality ingredients as you are. Because that's what we're made of.
Do you think that we, as the Coke brand, would have a case against the Coke Zero brand for taste infringement?
What's your specialty?
I am in real estate law.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Right.
Let's say
This is a property.
An architectural, it's made a landmark. Next door, somebody buys the lot. They build an eerily similar house. What can we do there? Let's put on the lawyer pants and walk down that path.
Da, 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 da.
I'm a survivor living in New York City. If anyone is out there, you are not alone.
I can fix this! I can save everybody!
I Am Legend. Buy it today on Blu-ray and DVD.
Old Spice is the bare knuckle, straight arm tackle, heavyweight deodorant that gives the best game, set, and match, high step and sudden death, double overtime performance in the pit fight against odor.
Safe!
From odor. Thanks, Old Spice.
Brace yourself for the mother of all Miamis.
Why are you still harassing Mom?
You are protecting a murderer. A story so big, it begins on Monday and ends on Tuesday. 2 back-to-back nights of CSM Miami, only on CBS.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by Pontiac and by Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
Well, so much for depth perception bothering the shooters out here, particularly Stephen Curry. You look at him averaging 33 points in 3 tournament games tonight, 23, 8 of 17, 5 of 9 from beyond the arc.
There's a big-time basketball player in attendance. LeBron James is in the Davidson section. He has been invited to watch the game by the Davidson basketball team. Inside, and tie-up coming up. And there he is, one of the best basketball players on the planet, LeBron James of the Cleveland Cavaliers. An invited guest of Davidson, sitting in the, or near the student section. Anoma. So Krabbenhoff will inbound it. Flowers, Bohannon, Butch, Landry.
It's important answer time for Wisconsin.
Almost a steal. That one goes over the head and out of bounds, and there's an injured Badger at midcourt. That's Flowers. May have banged his shoulder or elbow going up for that ball as Wisconsin throws it away for the 10th time.
And considering that with Trayvon Hughes being injured and not getting much time here in the second half, Flowers recognizes how shorthanded Wisconsin is defensively in the guard position, or shorthanded in total in the guard position. He bounced right back up.
Rossiter has checked in along with Richards, the point guard, with it now. Curry, Meno, and Paulus Gosselin. Curry popping out on the wing.
More than at any other time, it's time for Wisconsin to try to get the ball out of Curry's hands.
Flowers in his hip pocket. Richards lets it go and hits.
And this is what I spoke about, establishing other guys. You try to take the ball out of Curry's hands, guys are backing off, trying to help out.
And a steal. Meno takes it away from Flowers. Curry dumps it down.
And then trying to help out, leaving other guys wide open. There's a little bit of daylight. And the crowd almost expects it to go in every time it leaves the young man's hand.
Richards. They'll back it up and restart.
With this kind of lead, 12-point lead, it's easy for Davidson now to play very deliberately, try to get the ball where they need it.
Richards, long jump shot, no good. Loose ball. Meno with the loose change. He can't lay it down. Batted around. Paulus Gosselin to Richards. And that will not count. It's a shot clock violation. 11:16 to play in the second half. Davidson with the lead.
I'm with you.
I'm with my fountain of youth.
I'm with my best friend.
I'm with the advisor I trust.
With is a powerful thing. A.G. Edwards is now with Wachovia Securities. See what happens when you're with.
My computer knows everything I am and everything I want to be. Here's my photo gallery. Dad took these, almost like he knew something. I track my competition online, see who's got game and who doesn't. Goodbye. And I'm always collecting inspiration for my line. It's called Inaris, but it's designed by Serena.
The HP Pavilion Slimline Desktop, served up with Windows Vista Home Premium.
Your love for car has never been more real. Introducing the first ever Pontiac G8 GT, the most powerful car under 30 grand.
Hi, Ronnie's phone here. Ronnie's not going to answer because he's a dillweed. See, Ronnie doesn't have AT&T, so he's basically got 0 bars in this dump. So although you've called like 30 times about Motorhead tickets tonight, he's not calling you back.
For the best coverage, switch to AT&T. More bars in more places. And now get an exclusive smartphone for $99.99.
Here's to the light beer that wins award after award, year after year. The original and still the greatest, Miller Lite. Good call.
It's Outback's 20th bloomin' birthday. Our present to you, our new sirloin shrimp and scallops mixed grill, or our signature Outback special sirloin. Hurry in for our new birthday specials. Don't miss the celebration.
Greg Gumbel in New York with an update on the action in Houston, Stanford, and Texas. This is A.J. Abrams. He has 7 points on the night. Number 2, Texas, maintaining its lead on number 3, Stanford, 50-44. Back to Detroit. Dustin Lynn.
Thanks, Greg. 11:16 to play second half. Davidson at 10 against Wisconsin at 3. And Davidson with its largest lead of the game. Wisconsin 100%, Lenny, out of sync. How do they get back in sync offensively?
Well, I think offensively it begins on the defensive end. They've got to be able to string together some stops. And certainly on the other side, on the offensive end, get as patient as they can, try to draw some fouls, try to get some buckets that are easy buckets. Instead, it's Davidson with the easy buckets. 12 turnovers by Wisconsin, only 4 for Davidson, and 18 points off the turnovers for Davidson. So they're the ones that have gotten the easy baskets. And they've got 11 more field goal attempts than Wisconsin, primarily due to the turnovers. And the more shots you give a team like Davidson who shoots it so well, the deeper a hole you dig yourself in if you're Wisconsin.
10 to shoot. Davidson on a 9-0 run in the last 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Curry, 4 to shoot. He's got a fire and does. That's another 3. For Stephen Curry, and Davidson takes a 60-45 lead. Inside Butch, nice catch, and he's fouled. What an incredible score as we take a look at the game summary by half.
Well, Davidson picked up where they left off in the first half from the field, and Stephen Curry just still pouring it on right now, letting the game come to him, taking the shots that he likes. And Wisconsin doing everything they can to put a blanket on him, and they just can't seem to catch him.
As Butch misses the free throw, Lovedale and Sander come back in. But Stephen Curry, he had 11 points at halftime. He has 26 now for Davidson, right at his season average. Remember, he had 30 against Georgetown, 25 in the second half. He had 40 against Gonzaga. And the winner of this game takes on the winner of our second game between Kansas and Villanova. That's an offensive foul as Flowers slides in and takes a charge, and Bob McKillop cannot believe the call.
One of the few times in a one-on-one situation that Flowers has gotten a benefit, just anticipated Curry going to the right and took that position. That's one stop. But the missed free throws with only a little less than 10 minutes remaining, you know, that's pretty tough for Wisconsin. Time is ticking away. They're not the type of offense that's going to come back at you in an explosive manner. They've got to be able to make stops on the defensive end like they did just then, and then answer those stops with some buckets. It's the pace of Wisconsin that can help them, but in a situation like this, when you're down 15, certainly hurts you. You got to be able to quicken the pace now, get better shots.
Flowers doing a lot of dribbling. Richards right on him, almost stolen. Running jump shot, that's an air ball. The stick back won't go the first time, nor the second. And a whistle and foul on the baseline.
And how about Davidson just battling and battling, forcing Wisconsin to just get in there and almost scrap for the baskets. Wisconsin is the team that has the better size inside. And really, they've been forced to scrap for every basket they can get here in the second half.
Third foul on Curry. And Flowers makes the first. Don't forget, coming up, a new episode returns Thursday at 9/8 Central of CSI, TV's most watched drama. Now that... Second free throw, no good. 60-46. Here comes Richards. Finds a cutting Curry. Oh, my goodness! Young fella!
Stephen Curry doing his best Spider-Man imitation. Just take a look right here. Watch him gyrate. Might be an English major at Davidson.
No doubt about it.
Applying some of that on the backboard.
28 points, 17 in the second half, and make it 29. Curry giving him numbers. He'll check out, take a quick blow with 9:10 to play. In the second half, Davidson running Wisconsin out of the gym.
17-point lead. You can afford to rest your best player and continue to apply the pressure, as Wisconsin just having all sorts of problems scoring, even when they're freebies on the line.
Flowers spinning inside. Flipped up a bad shot, tipped up and in, though, by Steemsma.
Davidson continues after a make to push it up the floor to explore that Davidson D, not allow it to get set.
That one knocked out of bounds, last touch by the Badgers.
And that's kind of what they did in the first half, and put the pressure on Wisconsin. And Wisconsin is bending.
Inside. That's far. He can't get it to go. Here come the Badgers. Somebody's got to step up for Wisconsin. They need some offense. Flowers has been doing a lot by himself. Bohannon was hot in the first half with 3 threes. Baseline jump shot up, no good for Steemsma.
And that's one of the problems with Wisconsin. Despite the size they have, they don't have guys who are just straight out post guys who will establish post position. Landry might be the best of them. The other big guys for Wisconsin rather shoot the 3, not comfortable down on a low block. And this is not a time when you want guys out there at that size shooting a 3, because you need offensive rebounding. You need to be able to score any way you can.
Lovedale slipping to the bucket. He pounds it down and will go to the line. Davidson with a whole lot of swagger now. They're 7 minutes and 57 seconds away from the Elite Eight. 7:57 to go. 65-48. Back to the motor after this.
Is there a guitar hero in you? Guitar Hero 3, Legends of Rock. Rated T for Teen. It's March, when passion, performance, and style make the difference. When the best of the best put it all out on the floor to prove their mettle. Get in the game at your Buick Pontiac GMC dealer during the NCAA March Madness sales event. Now through March 31st, get 2.9% APR for 60 months on these 2008 Pontiac models, plus $1,000 purchase bonus cash. Make a fast break to your Buick Pontiac GMC dealer today.
Fidelity is America's #1 IRA choice. It's because we give you free investment help. We don't charge IRA account fees. And we have more 4- and 5-star funds than any other company. Get your Fidelity IRA today. Come in or call 1-800-FIDELITY.
Announcing Southwest Airlines' big sale. Right now, you can fly Southwest Airlines from $49 to $99 to many of our destinations, such as Baltimore, Washington, Chicago Midway, Denver, Phoenix, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, San Francisco, San Diego, Oakland, Houston, Hong Kong, Dallas.
You are now free to move about the country.
They pick up touchdowns, pick up the bucks, and pick up their teams. Enterprise salutes NCAA student athletes for picking us all up. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Doesn't a nice, cold case sound good right about now? Cold Case. New episode, Sunday.
Hi, Jake. Look how big you're getting. It's called puberty.
It's called donuts.
Donuts don't make hair.
A new 2.5 Men, CBS Monday.
Welcome back. Summary.
Well, North Carolina and Xavier obviously having historical seasons for them. And how about Louisville now? Rick Pitino understands how to play in this tournament. And Ben Howland has done just about everything except win a national championship during the years he's been at UCLA. Maybe this is the year for him.
They feel like he can do it finally with a big man. And that's a little big man right there, Stephen Curry. 29 points.
Trying to get loose, but the way this game is shaping up, he may not necessarily have to get back in the ball game unless Wisconsin finds a way to slow Davidson's attack down. One of the things I think with the guys out there on the floor for Davidson right now, if I'm Wisconsin, the guy who's guarding Thomas Sander or Andrew Lovedale, I don't let him leave the paint. I force those guys to shoot the ball so I can prevent layups, because right now Davidson just executing to perfection, getting a high percentage shots, forcing Wisconsin to foul.
Flowers takes a jump shot, rebounded. Steamsma, Bohannon short, batted around, and claimed by Kravinoff.
Wow.
He's tied up, though, and the possession arrow favors the Wildcats of Davidson.
Maybe they saw something I didn't, because the Wisconsin guys came up with possession. Didn't even look like that guy that Sander had a hand on the ball.
And the winner of this game will play the winner of our second game, Kansas and Villanova.
Again, Davidson doing an outstanding job of executing their offense, getting cutters down the lane, getting shooters open off of screens.
Curry back in the game. Watch him run the baseline.
And that's what I would do. I'd back off Lovedale even more, get in the paint and not allow the layups.
Richards curls, Lovedale. Barr, quick release. Lovedale, offensive rebound, and it squirts out of his hands. Will head the other way. Is there enough time for this Wisconsin team to get back in this game?
Again, they're going to have to speed up their offensive attack and continue to play defense the way they did. They had to chase the perimeter guys, but keep a man in the paint to prevent the layups. And they have to limit Davidson to just one shot and out. Push the ball up the floor.
Flowers trying to take things in his own hands, but he just can't get the ball to go in. He's 4 of 12 from the field.
You see Davidson now trying to stack the paint. But the pressure guys, the perimeter guys, have to find a way now. They have to deny. They have to do some things, maybe get some deflections, create some loose ball opportunities. They're not going to win without turning Davidson over.
And a foul coming up. NCAA March Madness On Demand is streaming every game from the NCAA Championship online for free. You can watch any game, anytime at the new NCAA.com. So the foul on the play called on Flowers, and that is his second. That sends Andrew Lovedale, the junior from Benin City, Nigeria, to the line.
Lovedale obviously very effective in this Davidson offense, and all he does is go to the offensive glass, executes the screen and roll very nicely, good hands, strong rebounder, and pretty long and quick into pressure as well.
Largest lead of the game now for Davidson, 67-48. Bohannon steps back.
As hot as Bohannon was in the first half, can't buy a basket now, and this is where the injury maybe to Trayvon Hughes, the second leading scorer on this team, has had grave impact for Wisconsin.
Curry, 15-footer. Got it.
I am really shocked, though, that Curry's able to get into that paint without having any Wisconsin defender challenge that shot, and we've seen that a number of times, particularly the big guys.
Bohannon dumps it down. Bush lays it up and in. And a timeout call by the Badgers. 5:24 to play, second half. 69-50, Davidson.
I'm a new soul. I came to this strange world hoping I could learn a bit about how to give and take. I'm a young soul in this very strange world, hoping I could learn a bit about what is true and fake. La 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 la.
Greg Gumbel in New York, 19-point lead for Davidson, 5:24 to play. We'll keep track of that one for you. Meanwhile, in Houston, Texas, with a 58-51 lead on Stanford. Under 10 minutes to play there. Let's take you there live. Jim Nantz, Billy Packer.
Just under 10 minutes. Texas leads it by 7. Their lead had been trimmed to 1 just a moment ago. And here comes Stanford with the takeaway. Yep. It was 52-51 Longhorns. And then 6 unanswered by Texas to work it back up to a 7-point lead. The Cardinals scoreless now for the last 3 minutes. And that's a reach-in foul against Damian James. His third.
Jim, you were mentioned Davidson. We were talking to Rick Barnes yesterday, who everybody knows has a North Carolina heritage, growing up in Hickory, North Carolina. But he said one of the keys to his club this year was scrimmaging against Davidson. And we heard Bob McKillop tell us last week one of the big things that he got, in addition to playing the UCLA, North Carolina, Duke threesome, to scrimmage against Rick Barnes' team. And I was wondering, why would Rick say that? And he said, because my guys really might not have respected Davidson, and all of a sudden they came in and put it to us in a scrimmage. And he said, our guys realize how hard we're going to have to work to be as good as we'd like to be. Kind of interesting.
DJ Augustine has been the top man for Texas tonight, although he's been quiet in this second half.
Jim, I think he's been quiet by taking himself out of the game. Very unselfish ball player, but in a game like this, particularly when tempo was so important, he's got to get the ball more in his hands.
It's the third foul on Ashley, and here is Brook Lopez, who has been by far the biggest presence on the floor tonight for Stanford. He has 25 points.
Well, remember early in this ball game when Stanford fell behind, and for some reason they did not go to him inside. They start taking jump shots. Were woeful from the perimeter, and once they started to attack inside, it's worked out well for him in the second half.
Texas returns Dexter Pittman to the lineup. His dad, Johnny Pittman, played at Oklahoma State from 1989 through 91.
Have Washington down there on Augustine, who's burying himself on the baseline. He and Abrams setting a screen for each other. You don't see that often. Two backcourt players setting the screens down and low.
Well, they do a lot of running during the course of the game, don't they? Augustine trying to set up Mason. Got the screen for him, too. Put back Pittman, yes.
Big rebound for Texas. Huge rebound.
Dexter Pittman. He's been coming on here late in the season, Pittman.
Absolutely. NCAA tournament play, you've got to have guys occasionally come off the bench and change a game.
Lopez's shot, way too strong.
And Jim, you notice with his brother out of the lineup, nobody on the weak side to get those rebounds for easy putbacks because Texas has no one other than small guards to be on the weak side.
Abrams left open.
Wow.
Can't do that.
There was no switch between Goods and Washington on that play. Abrams doesn't get that many good looks, but that was a perfect look.
And just after the Cardinal had chiseled into that lead that one time was 12 and worked it down to 1, and Texas goes on an 11-2 stretch.
And Fields is coming back into the ball game.
Johnson with a 3. That's long. And over the top of the backboard, going to Texas. Stanford's missed its last 6 shots. A.J. Abrams with 12 points on the night. This puts it back to 10 points.
When you tackle jobs like these, just imagine what we can do around your place. Everything we've learned goes into everything we do.
These aren't just our guests. These are our neighbors. So we don't just make them appetizers, we make them Applebee's Ultimate Trios. Choose 3 of our most killer apps for one low price. Like tangy citrus teriyaki wings, crispy panko-crusted dynamite shrimp, even our all-Angus mini bacon cheeseburgers. Ultimate Trios. This grillin' bar is raising the bar. Applebee's. It's a whole new neighborhood.
Blockbuster Total Access. Like Netflix, you get unlimited movies straight to your mailbox.
I got a movie.
I can't wait to see that movie about the Queen.
You mean this movie?
My Place in a Few?
Sure.
But with Blockbuster Total Access, you can do something you can't do with Netflix. Exchange your movies for new ones right in the store. No extra charge, just in case you need them.
Hi.
Movies with the mail plus movies with the store. One low price. That's Blockbuster Total Access. Get a free trial at your Blockbuster store or blockbuster.com.
Announcing Southwest Airlines' big sale. Right now, you can fly Southwest Airlines from $49 to $99 to many of our destinations like Baltimore, Chicago, Denver, San Francisco, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, Phoenix, Dallas, San Diego, and more. Go to southwest.com to book now.
You are now free to move about the country.
Trusted in 1810 and in every year since. Ask your agent or broker what the Hartford can do for you.
Hey, bud.
Hey, buddy.
How's it going?
What's up?
We're shaking. Popping. Cracking.
Yeah, buddy.
Brother.
Dude.
What's up?
What's up?
Hey. Bro. Hey.
Daddy.
Darling.
Sweetie. Buddy.
Beautiful. Buddy.
Now it's easier than ever to stay in touch from your AT&T wireless phone. Introducing unlimited calling to anyone in the U.S. on the network with the best wireless coverage. AT&T. Your world delivered.
And now get an exclusive smartphone for $99.99.
Greg Gumbel in New York updating you on the game in Detroit. Davidson's lead is 18. Stephen Curry has 31. He has outscored Wisconsin 20-15 all by himself in the second half. Back to Houston.
All right, so thank you, Greg. Let's see. In his NCAA tournament career now, Curry goes 30, 40, 30, 31.
Not bad.
Not bad, huh? Davidson going to go to the Elite Eight for the first time since 1969. They actually had back-to-back years where they were one game away from the Final Four, and North Carolina beat them both times. Gary Johnson driving, going up high and drawing the foul.
Well, that foul is going to be on Hill, and lucky for Stanford, it wasn't on Lopez, who got there a little bit too late to commit the foul.
Now they have Brooke Lopez on the bench for Stanford, and Robin Lopez on the floor. Haven't seen, again, a lot of them in the time with the two of them on there at the same time.
Jim, you've got a situation now, 7:43 to go in the game. I think you've got to come back with two of them now and just go ahead and pound those boards.
One more free throw attempt for Gary Johnson, who was out 13 games this season with a heart condition. Didn't play until January. Giving them 6 points a game off the bench.
He had some fine games, 12 and 7 against Baylor, 15 and 9 against Iowa State. He will be a fine player for them. They monitor that heart condition, and both in practice and in the games, obviously.
Hill driving on him.
Nice job by Pittman.
And Texas takes it right back. It was Gary Johnson.
Greg Gumbel in New York. While we keep track, Stanford and Texas, 3 minutes to play in Detroit. Davidson looking to make it a 25-game winning streak. Let's join Gus Johnson and Len Elmore.
2:57 to play in the second half. Davidson with a 69-52 lead. The story for the Davidson Wildcats has been their terrific sophomore Stephen Curry with 31 points.
And in some, it's really been quickness versus size, and quickness has won out. Davidson doing a lot of things defensively, providing an awful lot of pressure, forcing Wisconsin into 12 turnovers, getting 18 points off those turnovers, and certainly 18 fast break points as Davidson continue to push the ball at Wisconsin with great success.
So Landry missing the first free throw. So let's take a look as the winner of this game will take on the winner of Kansas-Villanova coming up next. North Carolina-Louisville set at 1 versus 3. Coach Roy against Coach Pitino. 69-53.
Wisconsin again, they've got to step up. They've got to do something to get some deflections. Davidson, a nice job with spacing. The spread so far, not an awful lot of help, not a lot of opportunities. You know, if I'm Wisconsin, I got to double now. I've got to find a way, kind of zone up a little bit, put the ball in the air so they might have a chance at it.
Curry around the screen, inside Lovedale, ball fake and bucket. Wow, what a play. There you see the wizardry of Stephen Curry as he put that one right into the hands of Lovedale underneath off the dribble. Approaching the 2-minute mark, 71-53. Krabenhoff banks one in.
And it's something that I think in retrospect Wisconsin wish they did more of. Posting up, spreading the floor, being able to utilize their size inside. But this one is just about over. And you know, I say it's over, Wisconsin knows it too. They've expended so much energy right now. Their guys are dragging and they're not able to continue to chase Davidson.
Richards. That one rims off, rebounded by Flowers. He finds Bohannon, who drives and draws a foul. So it looks like Wisconsin will lose this game, but you have to give a lot of credit to the season that they've had. 31-4, 16-2 in the conference. And Coach Ryan, here's a man that is truly one of the great coaches in the country. Doesn't get a whole lot of love, or as much love as he should, from us national media types.
Well, his record speaks for itself. It's just in a game like this, they just ran into, you know, a ball of fire by the name of Stephen Curry. And in doing so, with the effort to try to stop him and take the ball out of his hands, allowed Davidson to establish some other guys. And, you know, this is what it comes down to. They're running the hot Curry, and they got burned.
That's right. And you also have to look at the game Richards has had. 11 points and 13 assists for their senior point guard. 71-56. Curry fouled in the backcourt. So our Chevrolet players of the game. No surprises here. Stephen Curry with 31 points on 11 of 22 shooting. He hit 6 of 11 from the three-point line. And Michael Flowers with 12 points and 6 rebounds.
And let's give Michael Flowers some credit. He did all that he could to stop or try to stop this young man. Obviously, you can't do it by yourself. Needed some help from his teammates, but it was difficult for his teammates to do it because of the way Davidson moved the ball, spread the floor, got other guys involved.
So now a sub coming in for Wisconsin, and this is Tanner Bronson. He will come in and replace Joe Krabbenhoff. Krabbenhoff leaves with 10 points. Curry adds a second free throw. 73 to 56. 33 points for Stephen Curry. As we close in on a minute. Inside Mohanan, the left hand runner won't go. Gets his own rebound. So Davidson will advance to the Elite Eight. How about this, folks? They await the winner of top-seeded Kansas here in the Midwest, taking on Villanova.
Gus, the surprise is not that Davidson won, because we knew they're a hot team. We know that they have the winning habit, 24 consecutive wins. This is their 25th as Stephen Curry comes off to an ovation. But it's the way in which they beat Wisconsin. And it was quickness against size. Davidson asserted themselves right from jump.
Spicy Curry. And now Lovedale checks out along with Richards, as the subs will get an opportunity to play for the final 57.9. That ball stolen away by Rossiter, along with Barr. And here comes Brendan McKillop. McKillop on the baseline, along with Nelms. Dan Nelms is checked in. Skip pass, Barr with 10 to shoot. Shows it, lets it go. And out of bounds, last touch by the Badgers. And here come the substitutes for the Badgers. How about Coach Bob McKillop, 19th year. He is heading to the Final Eight. Old school type coach, New York guy. Made a home at Davidson. No nonsense. And he said to us yesterday during practice, guys, I hope we can give you something to get excited about tomorrow. They certainly did.
I'll say, and again, it comes down to not the question of whether Davidson would win or not, because they are that good, folks. When you win 25 in a row, you got something going for you, but it's in the way in which they beat the Big Ten Conference Tournament champions in Wisconsin. I mean, just took them apart.
So they will hold the ball up. 10 seconds to go. And that'll do it. How about this? The Davidson Wildcats advance 73-56 over Wisconsin. And they are heading to the Final Eight. .56 the final. Davidson advances. Let's go to Greg Gumbel in New York.
All right, Gus, Davidson gave a bunch of their students a free trip to Detroit for this game. How do you think they liked it? Let's go to Houston.